Hey everyone, welcome to episode 4 of our Flinders Ranges trip. Today we are on our way to an opal town called Andamooka. First we need to get onto the Olympic Dam highway, which will take us to a town called Woomera. Woomera is now a RAAF base, but was formerly a rocket range site. It is a very interesting place. It has lots of rockets, planes and other equipment to check out and has a great museum. This is the wreckage of the WRE satellite, which was launched from Woomera in 1967. It got destroyed on re-entry in 1968. An interesting fact I found out is that Len Bedell and his wife Anne actually founded Woomera back in 1947. Len Bedell also surveyed and founded the Gunbarrel Highway. I have a video where we've travelled this highway and I will put a link in the description below. On leaving Woomera, we checked out the resting place of both Len and Anne Bedell. We have now arrived at the opal town of Andamooka. What an amazing town. This town is surrounded by private opal mines and there are even mines within the township. Andamooka is a mini version of Cooper Pedy. Our camp spot here has a small section of ground where you can do some noodling, or in other words, search for opals. We went for a walk along the main street where it has Andamooka Historic Precinct, containing some of the old miners' dugouts. These are actually listed on the South Australian Heritage Register. Here we are checking out Frank Albertoni's home, who was an opal miner back in the day. We also checked out the visitor centre, which has a museum about opals and has samples of opals found in the area. This is found at the Andamooka Bottle Motel. This is what it looks like inside one of the mines. This is a very interesting weather and road condition structure. Very clever. We are now on the Andera track heading to Lake Eyre. We are currently travelling parallel to the old Garn railway track. Lake Eyre covers an area of 9,500 square metres and is located roughly 700 kilometres north of Adelaide. Very beautiful. After leaving Lake Eyre and heading to our next camp spot, we came across this random sculpture park, which is quite interesting and a great spot to stretch your legs and to see some clever and some quirky sculptures. We are still on the Oodendada track. So our next camp spot is here at Maree, which is located at the junction of the Oodendada track and the Birdsville track. Here you will see Australia's first mosque, made of brick and built by the Afghan cameleers that were employed when Maree was first founded. Maree is known as being one of the stops for the passenger train, the Gun, between 1957 and 1987. Check out the local hotel for the history of this area. The hotel also has a great area for playing pool and a pokie machine area. We stayed at the caravan park here, which has great facilities and an awesome fire pit area, great for mingling with friends. After leaving Maree, we went to check out an old settlement called Finina, formerly known as Government Gums, and was established back in 1878. The town consisted of 2 hotels, an underground bakery, a bank, 2 breweries, a general store, an Anglican church, 5 blacksmiths, a school and a brothel. Finina became inhabited in 1967. In 2008, the Finina Restoration Group was formed to revive the old town and is now well known for the bakery, where the bread is still cooked under this old underground bakery. The bakery is run by volunteers and is only open certain months of the year. We are now in the Flinders and Gammon Ranges and nearing our main destination for this trip. Came across some wild brumbies. The beautiful Flinders Ranges, where we stayed at Arkaroola for the next 3 nights. An aerial shot of the Arkaroola resort and the surrounding landscape. and this is an aerial shot of our campsite. There are great facilities here with a camp kitchen and barbecue, showers and toilets, and our own fire pit, which came in very handy as it did get quite chilly. We did the ridgetop tour whilst here, and we did it in an old safari style ute. Just remember to rug up and take your gloves as it was super cold. We saw some awesome views of the ranges with some steep inclines and declines where you slide into the next person, so you have to hang on tightly. We stopped at Silla's Lookout for morning tea, overlooking the Mawson Plateau. Wow, just stunning. The next day, a few of us booked in to do a self-guided tour along the Echo Camp backtrack. We saw the old Greenwood coral sheepyards and water tank and drove past the newer sheepyards. The memorial for Mr. Greenwood, who leased this bit of land in 1936. He was a prospector as shown by this landmark, and he and his son laid this arrow marking the direction they travelled. Came across some dried up riverbeds. Drove along some awesome tracks. Unfortunately, we had to get out and walk to Bararana Gorge as the track there was a bit gnarly, but it was well worth the walk, as you'll see in the next few clips. This self-guided tour takes roughly 4 to 5 hours and the track is spectacular, but probably a category 5 on the driving scale. We finished the day with checking out the feeding of the wallabies. One of the staff members puts out the food in various places. And then the feeding frenzy begins. Our last night here, we all met up in the lounge area for drinks and then treated ourselves to dinner in the restaurant. And the food was really awesome. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for the next episode.